This is Silenced, my hardcore Ironman. Last time we sped through a lot of the early game, completing dozens of quests and leveling the account up to a 900 total level before completing the first Reaper task on the account. Today we're pushing even further with the goal of unlocking the first big combat upgrade, pushing us closer towards eventually facing Zuck. Welcome to the Hardcore Ironman series. Picking up where we last left off at Croesus, I started to play the Hardcore Ironman more in the background while focusing on other series like the Group Ironman and eventually the Completion Escape. The Hardcore Ironman was played a bit in the background, training things like mining and smithing, and also participating in the beach event, getting a lot of clue scrolls that we have to open. So I've been hoarding these clue scrolls for a very long time. It's finally time to open them. We are a member once again, so let's see what we get. The goal is get fortunate components. We don't need them right now, but we will later on for things like the Grace of the Elves and especially the Essence of Finality. And after opening all 48 caskets, we have a total of 30 fortunate components, which will be really helpful later on. Now back to the main goal of this episode. Begin training necromancy and start to get some significant gear upgrades. Now necromancy's upgrade path, it is the easiest for Ironman accounts, but there are still quite a few requirements. The path I'll be taking to get tier 90 necromancy gear will require the following stats. Plus, I'll probably be going for 80 divination and 86 archaeology, the divination for invention and archaeology for a faster way to train crafting. So there are a lot of requirements to work towards, so let's get started. And another Guthixian cache completed. 13k divination XP, and we're up to level 43. I'm going to try not to miss too many Guthixian caches, because this is going to be my plan to level 80 divination. And I'm checking another beehive run, and we're just about level 50 farming. There it is. Pretty good milestone. We'll probably do a little bit more beehives, and then just train farming the traditional way, or maybe even just through wildy events. I also went ahead and purchased the tier 2 Jack of Trades aura, so I will probably be doing that every once in a while just to get some free herblore XP. We will need level 57 at some point to unlock fairy rings as part of the tier 80 necromancy gear requirements, I believe, so we'll just start dumping those Jack of Trades on there. As I mentioned earlier, smithing is also going to be really important so I can craft my own necromancy weapons. We're up to level 68 so far. I did mine like 1500 rune bars while I was hard AFKing the account over the last few months, so I'm now finally going through those, and I also surpassed the level 60 requirement for the quest Succession, so I think it's time to start that quest line. And that is Daughter of Chaos completed. Really important quest because it gives 2 really important XP lamps. One for divination, 30,000 XP. We're level 48 and now level 51. And probably the more important XP lamp, the Archaeology XP lamp. We are level 44 and it is very slow leveling it up. This quest also gives the Infernal Puzzle Box, which does give various benefits in the wilderness. And we can now start completing the Civil War mini quests, which will just unlock even better benefits, most notably allowing adrenaline not to drain outside of combat. And then we can do Succession for the dive ability. Nice, that is Shadow of the Storm completed, a 10,000 combat XP lamp, and that is going on ranged to boost that up a little bit more. And that's level 33 ranged. And just completed the easy underworld achievements. I think it is time to start leveling necromancy a little bit more just so I feel a little safer. And it would be good to get to a point where I could do the combat wildy events. That would be really good. And the Underworld Grimoire 1 should be pretty helpful. It does give me an extra 3% XP from ritual disturbances. And most notably, it allows me to bank or automatically bank ashes. So we will be training in the Abyss at some point, and that's how we'll grow our stockpile of ashes for the ghostly egg. And just spending a little bit more time AFKing smithing, and we are about to reach level 70 smithing. Pretty good milestone. That's going to get us quite a few necromancy armor and weapon upgrades once we get there. So very nice 70 smithing coming in, and it's really just been a great skill to just AFK. Nice. That is level 30 Hunter from the Wildy event, which is actually really good because now we can do Whirly Gigs, which is some of the best XP for Hunter. And honestly, it's really weird, but training Hunter to level 30 is actually one of the slowest times. So there's a nice little skip, and we got another wieldy sack. Speaking of that, I think it's time we open them. I have quite a few of them. Let's open these. I have 10 sack of wild rewards, 2 sacks of very wild rewards. So let's see what we get. Really, we're going for a ton of alkables with the regular sacks. Nothing there. The energy is also kind of nice. Any bones and ashes, chinchampas are great reward. But doesn't look like we're gonna get any alkables at all, actually. Some chins and no ashes. All right, the sack of very wild rewards. We're really going for a dark onyx core. That is what we want. It is very rare, about 1 in 250. That is a bad one. That is really bad. Just runes. Got magic gloves, magic brawling gloves, not bad. We got some magic logs. Honestly, those were pretty bad. Those were pretty bad, I gotta say. So, we'll try that again another time, I guess. What a ridiculous quest. I forgot about this. Dave actually gets switched with Doris at the end of the quest. That is Evil Dave's Big Day Out completed. So much XP. That is huge. And we can catch the rats barehanded, which is awesome. But most importantly, we got all this XP. 50,000 magic from 41 magic up to 49. We also got some cooking XP from 48 to 50. We got agility XP from level 34 up to 40 agility. And 20,000 herb lore, 37 herb lore up to 42. Man, that is so worth it. And so I just spent my hour using my premier artifact with archaeology, and that is level 50 archaeology obtained. Nice little unlock. We got the rune-matic to improve things a little bit. And Desperate Measures can now be done as a quest, which honestly is really good. It is one I forgot about, but it does give 20,000 XP upon completion of the quest, so it's a pretty good one to work towards. You also get 20,000 XP in a combat skill, including prayer, which is pretty nice, and the Cosmic Focus. So that's actually a quest that I will have on my list, one that I really want to have completed, but we might want to level up a little bit more before we take that quest on. So I think next up is start leveling necromancy, get a little bit better combat. Okay, we just got 400 souls. That was probably an hour grind. It was very slow, but I got it so I can unlock the Ghost Conjure. So let's claim the Skeleton Warrior and also the Ghost. So now I have a bit of passive healing, make me feel a little bit better when going into combat now. We are currently at 48 necromancy, and I want to try and complete the Haunted Mine quest. The ghost at the end of that quest is a little scary. Honestly, he is a little scary, but I think we should be able to do it, especially with the Ghost Conjure now. So Haunted Mine is a crucial quest to complete in the early game. It does unlock the Salve Amulet, which gives a 15% damage buff and accuracy against undead creatures, but you need to defeat the quest boss Treyas Daith, which is a bit scary. I mean, you do take quite a bit of damage, especially at a low level, so I am a little bit scared for this part. Oh my god, like he hits so hard. Holy shit. Yeah, I remember how I died. Oh my god, he's a pain in the ass to beat. Oh, good god. I do have a lot of food. He's almost dead, actually. Spawn another ghost. Okay. Okay. Die! Oh, thank God. It's done. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Okay, we got the key. We got the key, okay? Haunted Mine completed, 22,000 strength XP. And we got the salve amulets. That was the main thing. Let's get that strength XP. Very nice. And let's make some salve amulets. Perfect. Now that we have the salve amulets, it's time to start training some combat. So I'm currently setting up a pretty broken training method for all combat styles in the early game. So what I want to do is set up my main right over here. And I'm going to drink an aggression potion. And literally just stand there and tank hits. And so now I'm just going to be tanking some hits while I can come in and just kill them. I'll actually stand on the exact tile, and I could maybe do some blood siphons if I had Threads of Fate. I'd definitely be using that. I can't just yet. Bloat actually should work a little bit. But I'm mainly down here to get some levels in my other combat styles. To just get that one necromancy level. Now let's switch to mage for a bit. There it is, level 55 magic. We have unlocked high alchemy, so our money problem is sort of solved for now. And that is level 50 necromancy. We can now do the next task to get the tier 50 death card and skull lantern. And then we're going to be training it through combat to get to level 60. So as a part of the tier 50 necromancy gear requirement, we do need to defeat some mogres. So I'll buy some fission explosives and we'll need to do the mini quest. And that is the mini quest completed. Now let's go slay some mogres. You have the slayer level, 32 is what you need, so we just barely have it. And we're looking for the flippers. Oh, first drop, very nice. Okay, I think we have everything we need, so let's hand this stuff in. And now we have unlocked the tier 50 necromancy upgrades. So I will go ahead and craft the level 50 weapons, and I think I want to try out the Abyss training. I think I might be able to do it now with the better gear. So I'm a little surprised, it's actually working fairly well. And we're definitely going to want to level our necromancy a little bit more before we do this method a lot. Because, well, we don't have any AoE. Even Soul Strike would be pretty good to unlock at level 54. But we're going to really want a Spectral Scythe at level 62. So we are nearly done the hour, a minute left on the aura. And things are going really well, 220k XP per hour. We did unlock Soul Sap and Soul Strike, which gives me a little bit of AoE. So that is boosting the XP per hour. Yeah, this is definitely a really good method. It's still maybe not extremely sustainable. I do notice my HP dropping a little bit. But after this hour, I think I'll be able to unlock the Ring of Life, which will make this completely AFK because once my health goes, I believe, under 10%, then I'll be automatically teleported out. So that will make this a fairly safe method, and I won't have to worry as much. Still not ideal, you know, proccing the Ring of Life, but it is an option, and it is nice to have a way to sort of AFK necromancy. So I was just training a little bit of crafting today. We got to level 43 crafting, so we can now make a diamond ring, which is perfect because we can also enchant it. So let's just grab a diamond. Let's do it with that +2 mage boost into Rings of Life. So our first 2 Rings of Life on the account, which is awesome because this will now teleport me away to my respawn point if my health ever goes below 10%. So it's perfect for the Abyss because they don't hit very hard. And so if I am AFKing, I could try it with the Ring of Life, and if something bad happens, I should be teleported out.
5 minutes later.
Oh my god! It procced! Oh my god, it procced! Oh, that's terrifying. So yeah, it's safe to say that the ring does work, but I'm definitely going to need to be a little bit more careful. I spent the next few days completing various different quests, like Jungle Potion, Shiloh Village, Beneath Cursed Tides, which unlocks the Giant Oyster D&D. I completed One Small Favor, Housing of Parliaments, and the Vessel of Harbinger. Now my sights are set on completing the Tier 60 Necromancy Gear tasks. And that is the Anku Residue, part 1 of the Tier 60 Necromancy task done. So we just finished all the rituals for the task, so let's claim the reward. Alright, perfect. Achilles Knowledge. Number 4, completed. Okay, we got the Ensouled Bars, so let's make the Tier 60 upgrade. Big upgrade for the Death Guard. That is actually huge. Let's do it. I think like 20-30% better. And the Lantern, not as important, but still pretty good. Upgrade that as well. I'm pretty close to getting level 50 defense, so I will be upgrading my armor as well very soon. But armor's not really as important. So it's not something that I focus on, at least until we get to tier 70. Then I'll definitely want to get the tier 70 armor with those passives. And had to add in a clip of the Guthixian Cache, just so you guys know that I'm still doing those. And looks like we should get a level from this one. Nice, that's 1400 total level. Pretty nice milestone. And 66 divination. And I am just finishing another 2 Jack of Trades. We are just always putting it onto Herblore, so we're up to level 52 at the moment. And so yeah, getting over 10k XP a day. I do wish this wasn't a part of the game, but it's hard to avoid right now just because it's so hard to train Herblore in other ways. So I think I'll probably get it to a fairly decent level, and then I'll probably stop focusing on dailies as much. Okay, so now I'm going to be doing the Wilderness achievements. I can only do the easy ones right now, but it's going to give me 20,000 XP, which I want to put on Agility, slowly start to build that up. So if I want to switch Jack of the Trades onto Agility, I can, and I'm getting a little bit more XP. So we will be completing the easy Wilderness achievements, but I want to complete one medium achievement, and it's the sketchy one. We're going to need to be Skulled in the Wilderness. So I'm going to need to talk to Vala, and we'll need to toggle PvP, which is unfortunate because I'm a hardcore, but PvP is just about dead in RuneScape 3, so it should be fine. I think this is also a easy achievement, so that is done. Okay, I think I am ready to do this. This is going to be extremely sketchy. So there are 2 achievements in the Wilderness that I'm going to try and do right now. We have to go to the bandit camp, and the bandits will attack you if you're not skulled. So that's the reason why we are going to be skull doing this. And then we also need to make an anchovy pizza from scratch. All the ingredients are there in the bandit camp. So we'll complete both of those and then get out as fast as possible. I will have sort of a heart rate monitor in the bottom right of my interface. So if you guys want to see if I'm ever stressed, it will be there. It's just a little sketchy. Just a little sketchy. We can do this though. Okay. Full prayer points and everything. Yeah, I'm not too worried. I'm pretty confident that no one's going to attack me. Okay, we are in the bandit camp. Man, this is where I died on my main a long time ago. Lost a set of Bandos armor. Okay, that's the task. Perfect. Oh my god, I thought that was a player. Okay. It's fine. Cook on that fire. Okay, we're gonna need to make this anchovy pizza just so I don't have to do this again. Okay, looks like we're good. Again, let's pick up the tomato. Let's use it on the pizza. Pick up the cheese. Use it on the pizza. Cook the pizza. Please don't burn it. Okay, we got it that time. Oh, I just remembered you can't boost for wildy tasks. Okay, we're actually going to have to do the anchovy pizza another time, but that was for the medium achievements, so we're not actually going to do that at the very moment. So I'll just come back later for that. Let's get out. It wasn't too risky, and we have the task done for the easy achievement. Let's just put these on agility right now. That is 10k agility. Just went from 44 to 46, another 10k, and we are 47 agility. Following the 47 agility, I sped through many other quests, including Family Crest, Lost City, Fairytale Part 1 and Part 2, Buyers' Sellers, and even the medium Underworld achievements for the Underworld Grimoire 2. I also tried to get ahead of the Tier 80 Necromancy gear requirements a little bit by completing some of the God Wars dungeon prerequisite quests like Troll's Stronghold, Troll Romance, and Edgar's Ruse. I did a bit of AFK and Necromancy training, and that is level 70 Necromancy, so we can now go do the Tier 70 Necromancy tasks. And another quick update, that is level 70 Divination coming in, with just more Gothixian caches. And it's another Wednesday, so we can talk to Thalmond and check out his shop. He does selling a Moonstone, which will be really helpful later on when I get a higher crafting level. And some flesh runes, always good, and may as well just buy the installed bar as well. So I haven't been doing Reaper tasks in a while. I think I only did the one, which was Croesus, a very long time ago. We have 33 Reaper points. I think it's time to actually start doing some Reaper tasks. Now that we are level 82, we should get some actual ones. And perfect, we got Kalphite Queen. We actually need to do that for the Tier 70 gear upgrades anyway, so that's actually a perfect task to get. So before we could start the Tier 70 gear upgrades, I had to get 3,000 souls. So I finally got that. Honestly, it took a few hours. It's pretty slow going from the 400 souls to the 3,000, but happy to have that done. So the 3,000 souls is to begin the Spirit of War quest, which needs to be completed before we can get the Tier 70 gear upgrades. And it's time to face a new boss. We have to take on Hermod to complete the Spirit of War quest. Hermod is the entry-level necromancy boss, but we will be seeing a lot of Hermod later, trying to get a lot of the Hermodic plates. And that is the quest completed. We can now take on Hermod and start collecting his Hermetic Plates. But before we do that, we'll definitely want to upgrade to tier 70 necromancy gear. So let's go ahead and talk to Killy to get that process started. So we'll be going with the tier 70 power armor right now. All we need to do is defeat the Giant Mole and the Kalphite Queen, and we're going to start with the Kalphite Queen. That is the last kill for the Chitin. Let's move on to the Giant Mole. And that is the last Giant Mole kill. So let's go hand this in and claim the tier 70 necromancy weapons. And that is the completion of Killy's Knowledge 5 for the tier 70 power armor. So we can go ahead and create the tier 70 weapons right away. We have the smithing level requirement. We don't have it for the Death Dealer robe, but that is something I definitely want to get at some point. It will unlock the Death Mark ability, which gives you a small percentage chance to apply the Death Mark, which will insta-kill the target below 20% life points with a minimum of 30,000. So it is actually extremely helpful, and will really help later on when we have to fight some much more difficult bosses. Just got the materials to upgrade the gear. Let's get the tier 70 Death Guard, which does unlock the special attack, Death Grasp. So that is actually a huge damage buff, not only because the special attack, but the accuracy is much higher as well. So that is going to make a huge difference. Really happy with this upgrade, and it would be really good to get the tier 70 Death Dealer armor as well. But right now we can only upgrade to tier 60, which we will do. And just upgrading some armor as well, so we at least have tier 60 tank armor. But next episode we'll be focusing on trying to get tier 80 armor, as well as maybe looking at a way to start leveling up crafting much faster. I will be live streaming this series very soon, so make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel or follow me on Twitch, because I will likely be multi-streaming on both, so whatever platform you prefer, you'll see me there. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.